We have officially passed the 1-year mark from the last update pushed for Artifact, and since most have either forgotten of the game or presumed the game to be dead. However, I have spent most of that time working to find out anything I could on the state of the game, and these are all the current rumors surrounding the relaunch of Artifact, or as we call it on VNN, Artifact 2.0. Obviously, as with all rumors, all information we're talking about is speculation until Valve announces something to be true, because they could change things at any time, so keep that in mind when listening. Before Artifact went dormant, the community was aware of a few features through official sources and data mining. For example, the entirety of the second set was already created before launch, and themed around the Vul Rebellion. A puzzle mode was being tested, with a wealth of pre-made puzzles leaking within the game. The second set was also set to include mutation cards, a type that would attach to a hero and grant that hero a new ability. However, the card would require a holder card, which would be required to be purchased through the shop, which has some random element to it. However, as time moved on, the game changed. Sometime following the release of Underlords, the Artifact team was met with a challenge. Valve, as a whole, was against the project continuing, so a plan was hatched. Instead of trying to sell Artifact to the community again, the team instead focused on selling the game to Valve themselves. Most of the following months was spent reinventing the game for a playtest. A playtest that was to sell the company on the new version of the game and expand the team size if possible. Another major change was the removal of some key members of the original design team. Many of the major design decisions were created early on in the game's life. Look back on some of the earliest assets, and the basis of the game's rule set still exists as far back as 2015. And the major mechanical changes most saw as a requirement were contested at every move. So not only did the architects need to be removed, but some of those architects' disciples had to be removed as well. Once those changes were made, the real work could be done. First, the game is entirely free to play, with every gameplay-related item being available to the player from moment one. Not a single mechanical item can be purchased with real money. Instead, the game will rely on Battle Pass sales, driven by significant novel cosmetic implementations to be earned. The game will not only be available on mobile from day one, but also, like Underlords, will be designed around a mobile interface first. The mobile version will be feature complete from PC, will support crossplay, cross-saves, and game pickup as seen in Underlords. As for gameplay changes, to begin, the general rules of the game are far more strict, with cards being used as tools to bend these rules in different ways. So, for example, each lane is now limited to 5 units by default, with each lane receiving 1 creep per turn. These creeps have had their stats halved, and arrows always point straight. Hero and creep deployment is controllable both from a lane and position perspective. The point of the cards are to bend these rules. Want more units per lane? Want to control the arrows? Want more creeps? Stronger creeps? Build a deck to do that, but balanced against all other possibilities. All the lanes will be visible at all times, and each lane is handled simultaneously, with each turn allowing for plays at any place, at any time. The shop has also seen consumables removed entirely, moved to a feature called a bazaar that can be accessed at any time. It was this version of the game that was shown to the company at the year-end playtest, and sold the game very well at Valve. So, if you're a long hauler with problems with these mechanical changes, Valve feels that this is a great move for the game's future. Are they right? And my Artifact research does not end there. I intend on following up all of the information that I've currently communicated to you as much as I possibly can. This is an ongoing story, and until Valve announces and releases Artifact 2.0, it is all up in the air, it is all speculation, and unfortunately, it is all unconfirmed. That said, if you liked this video, check out my Twitter page where you can follow up on all of the topics I cover in real time. It's at Valve News Network, no K. If you have a question or you're confused about anything, my email is down in the description below. It's tylermcvicker@yahoo.com. And if you want to support these videos, get to see them early, and to also get your name in the credits, check out my Patreon page, also down in the description below. I'm Tyler McVicker. This is Valve News Network. Have a good day. Adios.